LQBuzz News, your daily dose of Chinese entertainment and celebrity buzz. In episodes 20 and 21 of the Immortal Ascension, the long and merciless clash between the righteous sects and the demonic forces reaches a chilling point of inevitability. From the very beginning of these episodes, there's an oppressive sense that no matter how fiercely anyone fights, the conclusion of this so-called war was sealed long before the first blade was drawn. For Han Li, portrayed with quiet depth by Yang Yang, this realization is nothing short of enraging. The series reminds us that behind every sweeping war of good and evil, there are pawns, low-ranking disciples who bleed and die without knowing that their sacrifices may have been predetermined to serve a political compromise. Namgun Wan, one of Han Li's few trusted allies, confesses the cruel truth. Before the first strike, the 7 sects had secretly agreed to surrender to the demonic forces. All the loss, all the bloodshed, all the burned-out hopes of those fighting on the front lines were, in the end, for nothing. Han Li's anger burns, not because of pride, but because of justice. What could be more absurd, more insulting, than to fight a war that was never meant to be won? This war has dragged on for a year. Han Li has endured, carrying his burden silently, his resolve hardened by each life lost around him. Yet beneath that hardened exterior, we see the embers of a man who still questions everything. What lies beyond the ocean? What is the true purpose of the mysterious formation he has been investigating? Even after all this time, no answers have come, only more uncertainty. It is then that Li Huayan summons Han Li with unexpected news. He has a task for him in the imperial capital, a chance, perhaps, to escape the endless cycle of war. To Han Li, this feels like a reprieve, a brief opening in a cage of despair. Even more coincidental, or perhaps fated, is the presence of Namgun Wan, a fellow cultivator from the moon-covering sect. She will ferry him aboard her heavenly moon spirit ship. It's a temporary escape from the blood-soaked battleground, but one cannot help but wonder, is it also a step closer to another kind of trap? The scenery changes, yet Han Li cannot ignore the lingering disquiet. As he travels through places untouched by war, thriving markets, lively streets, he feels the sting of contradiction. How can such peace exist when the world is unraveling elsewhere? How long can this illusion of normalcy survive before the tide of chaos swallows it whole? But the reprieve does not last. Han Li finds himself in a place with a hauntingly strange spiritual energy, a lure, a cage, and perhaps both. A voice calls out, seductive and sinister, welcoming wayward cultivators to the so-called paradise of the Black Fiend sect. It's not paradise at all, but a prison for the captured, a nest of shadows where survival depends on playing by the rules of monsters. And then, amid the suffocating dread, comes a moment that feels as if time itself has stopped. Han Li sees her, Mo Caihuan. Years have passed, yet when her eyes meet it's as if they are back to where they left off. Tears glisten in her eyes as she approaches him, unable to hold back the surge of emotions that have been buried for too long. She whispers that he hasn't changed at all, and before he can even react, she pulls him into a desperate embrace. It's tender. It's heartbreaking. It's a reunion neither of them thought they would ever have. Yet this embrace is also a farewell. Mo Caihuan knows what Han Li does not yet understand, that this is their last meeting. Age, sorrow, and the inexorable march of time will keep her from ever showing herself to him again. It's a moment that reminds us that in the pursuit of immortality, what truly slips away first is not life itself, but the fleeting, fragile connections that once gave it meaning. The Immortal Ascension has always been about more than cultivation. It is about the cost of survival, the quiet tragedies that shape a man, and the ghosts of what might have been. In these episodes, Yang Yang's portrayal of Han Li strikes a delicate balance between stoicism and vulnerability, making every silent look and unspoken thought resonate. The war may have been decided long ago, but its emotional toll lingers. And for Han Li, the path to immortality feels lonelier than ever. Thanks for watching LQBuzz News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for your daily fix of Chinese entertainment. See you in the next video.